let's come to terms with this new reality. We are Americans first. To us, it's imperative to participate in political system, to be a full member of the society. It's especially important for a new wave of immigrants to participate because if we don't, then we continue to be an outsider. Today, I'm honored and really excited to be joined by two dynamic leaders, Kalra and Shefali Razdan.
Nice to
Welcome
meet
to the show, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So Ash, let me start with you. You joined politics because you love your country or you love politics or a bit of both?
It's because I love my country. I love my city. It's for public service. And that's why I ran, and that's why I do what I do. The political stuff sometimes can be a distraction to doing the public service. But I'll take that part of it if it allows me to do the public service.
So political process is a very complicated, complex, grassroots process wherein you have to really go door to door to get the support that you want. How did it work out for you when you went into one door, they opened the door and they found this man who doesn't even look like them? How did that work?
That was the most important part of my campaign, was going to people's homes and introducing myself. And I think especially when your name sounds a little different and they don't necessarily know your background, to introduce yourself and let them know that you grew up in the neighborhood, let them know that you're just as committed to their neighborhood schools and to the potholes in the streets and some of the community issues as anyone else, then they start to see you as a person and they recognize that you're just one of the people in the community trying to make the community better. And so it's critically important, especially I think for the immigrant community, to understand that they can't just stay within their community. They have to go out and extend themselves out to the greater community to let everyone know that we're here, we're American, we're part of the solution, and we want to really contribute our talents to making the community better.
Now, Shefali, what made you join politics?
I actually always had a passion for it. When I was very young, I was told to watch the news at a very young age, something I actually do with my own children. And I found myself so incredibly fascinated by elections and the entire democratic process and what we could also be doing here in the United States as an immigrant. And so I became involved in politics so I could, in my own small way, contribute. And
that's important. When you learn that you can contribute and you can do something for someone else and make a change in someone else's life, that's what is the motivation, I guess, right?
Absolutely. It can be something as important also as volunteering your time, your energy, if possible, your financial resources. It's all a very important part of the process, and it's so important for the South Asian community to become more integrated into our system, the larger
Absolutely.
American
Now,
system.
Ash, I know you always mention your dad. You've learned a lot from him. Have you asked him ever how has the valley changed over so many years? He's seen like 30 years back and he's seeing it today. When you mentioned the Festival of India, it's grown so much, right? So has he ever described to you the entire change of the landscape of the valley?
Yeah, when we first came here in the late 70s, there were very few Indian families. And the good thing about it was that we found a very close-knit group of families that to this day we're very close with. But the positive that the kids now have and the newer immigrants now have is they have pretty much anything here that you will find in India when it comes to cultural events.
Even more sometimes.
Even more, yeah.
Yes.
I have friends that are part of dance companies and cultural groups. They don't really do those things in India anymore. And you get the best of both worlds. I mean, it's great being in America. The American values that are instilled in us growing up here are tremendously important. The value of independence is so important, but the family values that we get being raised Indian, being connected to that culture is important as well. So we get both sides of two different cultures that really blend well together and allow us to, I think, just have a great experience growing up here.
What's the Indian culture that's most favorite to you? Which part of it?
I think the part of the Indian culture that I value the most is just the family aspect of it. Yeah.
Now, Shefali, let's say, what would your advice be to all the young women who wants to join politics?
Women and actually men, it's important for men as well to learn about global issues and learn how to engage in compromise. I think every topic can benefit from that within politics, outside of politics, every community. I think that's how people can really be engaged positively within elected life or public service.
Well, thank you, Shefali. Thank you, Ash, for being with us. It was really enjoyable talking to you, learning so much more about politics and why people should participate. We are American citizens. America has given a lot of good things. Those things that are not good, we can change by participating in politics. Celebrating its 18th year, ThaiCon is Thai's annual flagship event and the world's largest conference for entrepreneurs. Every May, over 3,000 attendees gather for 2 days of thought-provoking topics on entrepreneurship, industry trends and opportunities, all delivered by renowned keynote speakers, eminent entrepreneurs, investors and corporate executives. WomenNow will bring you a series of segments highlighting what you can expect at this premium event this year. Coming up next is our first interview of this series where Harvey will talk to people behind the event. So stay tuned.